here in this last hour. You could accept them all. This is Well, listen, no, I didn't mean to take a nap. Listen, I was sitting there. Listen, I've been doing this since about 9 a.m. And so yeah, well, I had to take a nap. I was laying my head down on the table, and all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, your camera's back on." I was like, "Wait a minute, what do you mean my camera's back on?" And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, we're about to go. Listen, can't I just take a moment just to take a break? Can I just lay my head down for just a few moments? And listen, if I'm going to take a break, one of the things that you need to do is you need to take a break from your reality. And how do you do that? Well, there's only one way to do that. The way how you can, I guess, well, what is it? Enjoy the fact that, we heard it just a few moments ago that Lord Blanket took away your imagination. Lord Blanket took away your imagination, and that is true. Took away your imagination, but there's one person who can help you save a little bit of money by getting that imagination back, and that is Skydro Walker. Skydro Walker on Instagram, someone who I talk to on a regular basis, and who is first in the chat right now. And you know what? If it's just an audience of one, that's all that really matters, because that audience of one can save you 15% if you use the code SKYDRO, SKYDRO. That's SKYDRO at extremesets.com. Now, you might talk about, well, what is Extreme Sets? Extreme Sets allows you to create an action figure universe, a world, if you will, world creator. You can create your own world, create your own pictures. And one of the things you need to do is you need to follow Skydro Walker. That's at Skydro Walker on Instagram. Number one, he who always, usually a lot of times, I'm not sure if he's going to do this today, but there's the Wake and Bake picture take after the show with the soundtrack provided by, of course, Sir Philosopher and Mixtapes. I'm not sure if Skydro is going to do that, but a lot of times when he's going live, he will educate you and tell you and show you behind the scenes how you can make your action figure photography come alive. Because that's exactly what sets Skydro Walker's photography, action figure photography, apart from everyone else. I see action figure photography all the time. I do. I see action figure photography everywhere, and people are always sitting there saying, "Oh, well, this is action figure photography. That's action figure. Oh, look at this cool action figure photography." And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of good ones out there, but the difference of Skydro and all those other ones is that you could sit there and use a bunch of effects and a bunch of flight stands and everything. But when I look at an action figure photograph, I want to breathe the air. I want to breathe air. So when I go, I want to breathe the air of the photograph. And there's only one person that I know that gives me that atmosphere that I want. And it is Skydro Walker. So shout out to Skydro Walker. Use the code SKYDRO, SKYDRO at extremesets.com. You'll be able to save 15%. And like I always say, your photographs may not look as good as Skydro Walker's, but you're at least saving 15% while you're taking photographs of your action figures. A couple other people here in chat. I have Victor. I have Kenzo. I have Kelly. I have Sergeant Schultz. Sergeant Schultz, we missed you last night. We were watching Raw, and it was, I think, just me and M3. We were watching, just watching Raw by ourselves because Sergeant Schultz. You know, a lot of times I watch SmackDown and Raw with my buddy Sergeant Curtis Schultz, Sergeant Schultz, he's a real sergeant. Yes, you know, the reason why we call him sergeant because he actually serves. So appreciate your service, Sergeant Schultz. You say that three times. Sergeant Schultz, Sergeant Schultz, Sergeant. I can't even say it three times fast. Listen, we missed you last night, but I guess we will see you. So we want to give you a shout out. DFS, 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 DFS. You know, one of the things is, what was that? My producer sitting there saying that he hasn't chatted with a DFS in a while. Now, I haven't chatted with him either, but I'm going to tell you right now, very talented individual. You know, we have a lot of people here in the toy community that come in and out of the show. That, you know, I don't ever expect anybody to sit there and listen to all 3 hours. No, that's not nice. And that's never something that I'm like, oh, well, listen, you got to listen to all 3 hours. No, 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 no. Do you know the average time that somebody listens to the radio is about 15 minutes? You know what that is? It's because they're going to and from work. Now, if you do listen to all 3 hours of the show, my whole goal here is that I don't give you any repeats. So if you miss something in the beginning hour, the first hour, the second hour, the thing is that I'm not going to repeat it and do it again. So there, I do try to give you 3 hours of content, the first hour radio only. And then, you don't have to apologize, Sergeant. No need to apologize. You were getting stuff done. Listen, the sergeant, just because the sergeant is watching Raw and SmackDown doesn't mean the sergeant isn't getting things done. Listen, listen, got classified stuff going on. So listen, Sergeant said, no need to apologize. Sergeant, listen, I report to you, sir. You are the man. So don't worry about that. But yeah, DFS, God, I love DFS. Don't you guys? Yeah. The producer was just saying it. He hadn't talked to him in a while. Yeah, well, listen, if you haven't talked to him in a while, I haven't either. So, but you know, God bless them, DFS. You know, DFS is in it's Pacific time. Did you know? You know, earlier we had Triple D. Triple D is in the Pacific Northwest. Sometimes we have Laser Pants. Also, Laser Pants of the 3POA. He's in the Pacific Northwest over in Seattle. Listen, we're coast to coast and all around the world. Last week we had Ace from Ramen Toy. He was in the chat. You know where he is? He's Singapore. He's listening to this show from Singapore. We have people listening all over the world. I'm not gonna say that. No, the beautiful plane known as Earth. How about that? What is it? Upstream Pisces. Upstream Pisces. See Upstream Pisces there. Shout out to you in the chat. Anybody else, I guess, if you want to make sure that you are letting people know. Rocky Mountain, baby. Oh my gosh, that's right. Kenzo is over in Mountain Time. Can I tell you something about a Mountain Time real quick? And I know, I'm going a little long, but listen, I thought I was going to talk about Fanny or Fanny or Fanny. Anyway, I'll talk about Fanny or Fanny. We talk about what we learned this week, and that's one to learn with in the segment after that. But can I talk about Mountain Time for a moment? You know, there was a while back where we were doing some business out in Denver. And this was probably what? About 2016, 2017. We were out in Denver. And can I just tell you right now that the Mountain Time Zone is the redheaded stepchild of all time zones. And you say, well, Sam, what do you mean by that? Well, because nobody gives a damn about the Mountain Time Zone. I understand, Mary Moore. There's a penny for you. Like, no, but the thing is that the Mountain Time Zone is so weird. I remember when we were out there. I'm going to paint a picture for you. This is Thanksgiving morning. And we're there in Denver, and I'm like, oh, great. Look, okay, cool. It's Thanksgiving. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to watch the Macy's parade. Well, you know what happened? I had to go find a live stream of the Macy's parade. Why? Because the Mountain Time Zone is such a redheaded stepchild that they were playing the Macy's Day Parade on a delay. What do you mean you're playing the Macy's Day Parade on delay? Listen, when Santa comes at the end of the parade and I see Santa, I don't want to see Santa 2 or 3 hours later. I want to see Santa live. Santa is going to come down at the end of the Macy's Day Parade and say, hey, look, it's Santa. I'm Santa. Yeah, it's Christmas time. And you know what? It's Christmas time 2 hours later if you're living in the Mountain Time Zone. The redheaded stepchild. Lies, I don't understand. Unless you're watching a Denver Broncos game or a Denver Nuggets game, everything is delayed. Everything is delayed. Nobody cares about the mountain time zone. Nobody does. Redheaded stepchild all the way. No, no, God forbid. Thank God we do have live streaming. Yeah, no, yeah, I was able to see Santa live. Yeah, but you know what I was doing? I was live streaming it. I was live streaming it. So I was live streaming Santa because listen, I do not want to sit there and be like 2 hours late on watching Santa come down, Fifth Avenue or whatever the hell it is. I wanted to see Santa live. Santa's here. Christmas is here. But if you're living over in the mountain time zone, Santa's 2 hours behind. Hell, you know what? Santa's already done left and went to the North Pole. You missed him. Sorry, you can't see Santa anymore. Why? Oh, because you live in the mountain time zone. Oh, what about the Pacific time zone? Oh, well, they get preferential treatment because why? Why? Oh, yeah, because it's Hollywood. Yeah, they'll play everything live on the West Coast, 3 hours behind whatever it is on the East Coast. But you know what? Mountain time zone, redheaded stepchild, go kick rocks. And you know why I say all this? Is because I was talking about people over in the West Coast, and I know Toy Mercs. Toy Mercs is over in the West Coast too. So shout out to Toy Mercs. We're all Toy Mercs. Yeah, people over, the whole business structure of Toy Mercs over in the Pacific Northwest, and they're here. They're here on Saturday. It is 11:20. You know what time it is over there on the West Coast? So, yeah, right. Let's count together. 11, 10, 9, 8. It's 8:20. It's 8:20. And this is the reason why I did a third hour. The reason why somebody ask hey, Sam, why don't, it's so early. I started having people and guests call in. I've had people call in, guests call in, and they're literally from, Hollywood. And, it's like, I'm not going to get them to call in at 9 o'clock on the East Coast. You know what that's like 6 a.m. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Oh my gosh, got all kinds of people here. So shout out, we are all Toy Mercs. Shout out to Roundhead K2000. Oh my gosh, go figure go. Go figure go. I had Go Figure Go broadcasting live. That's right. I had Go Figure Go a little over a year ago. We need to get him back on. Go Figure Go is doing some amazing things in terms of bringing the action figure toy community together. Go Figure Go is great. Last night he had Crunchy Cheetos and Skydro on, and they were talking about toy photography. Now, we talked about just a few moments ago about Skydro. You save 15% if you use the code Skydro at extremesets.com, SKYDRO at extremesets.com. But it was Skydro, it was Go Figure Go, and it was Crunchy Cheetos Creations. All those guys are amazing guys, and they do amazing work. But they were sitting there, and I thought this was fantastic because what they did was they sat there and they started taking action figure photographs and talking about what made them kind of stop and made them sit there and say, wow, that's a good photograph. And they went into the depth and the coloring and the lighting. And, once again, I would like for myself to be an action figure photographer, but I am an award-winning media puppet. Maybe that's something you could do, Germ. Maybe you should sit there and learn something. Maybe you should sit there, stop sitting there behind the glass, pushing buttons and moving sliders. Why don't you sit there and get on with Go Figure Go and Skydro on a Friday and let them teach you something about action figure photography? What? What do you mean I'm talking? Yeah, you daggone right I'm talking smack to you guys. Oh my gosh. So Friday 15th, where we stop the scroll. What is it? It was Friday 15, where we stop the scroll. I don't know what that means, Go Figure Go, but what I do want you to know is that it was a fantastic discussion last night. I was watching, I was listening, and I thought it was good stuff. Go Figure Go over on YouTube, Go Figure Go on Instagram as well. One of the premier artists in the community. And like I said, him, Crunchy Cheetos, and Skydro had an amazing show last night, and it was incredible. So go check it out. Listen, I know that I'm already over, but I saw Go Figure Go. It's like, listen, I had to give him a promo. It's like, what are you guys talking about? What? Listen, if I see people, this is like a big promo show. What are you talking about? If I see people, we're going to promote them. That's what radio is all about. No, we don't have any advertisers yet. But the thing is that, listen, I'm going to sit there and promote Everybody in the community. We've had them on before. We're going to have them on again. Go figure, go. You're awesome. Great show last night with Skydro and Crunchy Cheetos. Going to be looking for more into that. Casual Toy Collector, the Casual Toy Chat every single Friday night at 10:30. It's not your mom's. It's not your mama's toy channel. Not your mama's toy channel. But shout out to those guys over there as well. The 3POA podcast. Been doing some things with them. We did a loose but complete, I think, earlier in the week. I believe that, or maybe, was it last week? I don't know. Everything's run together. So shout out to the 3POA. Shout out to Ramen Toy Ace. Who else? Oh, shout out to General Vala, of course. General Vala. All of those people. Hopefully, we'll be able to get in touch with all of them throughout the year. I've been trying to sit there and figure out exactly what we're going to do for the convention schedule this year. Yes, I do know that I am going to be getting some new duds. Shout out to Furry Fingers. You know, have you ever wanted to have a puppet made of yourself? Maybe you have. I know Germ has a puppet of himself. It wasn't made by Furry Fingers. And of course, eventually I will have some new duds brought to us by Furry Fingers. But Furry Fingers, Furri Fingers, Furry Fingers over in the UK. If you want to have your own puppet built and made, you need to go over to Furry Fingers. I'm following them right now, so you can just go ahead and follow. Go look through like all the people who are following me and find Furry Fingers. Type it up. Type in Furry Furri Fingers. Furry Fingers. They're over in the UK. They're absolutely incredible. You can have your own puppet made of yourself. Make sure you have a couple of dollars to spare because this is not just a toy. It's an actual real puppet, a production puppet. But Furry Fingers is where you want to go. Go out to them. Reach out to them. And they'll be able to make a puppet of you. And maybe one day, me and you in puppet form could talk together. And we can talk our little puppet language and make sure that all the humans don't know what we're talking about. What is it? Roundhead says he has a Sam Newsman limited edition action figure, volume 1. I'm going to have to sit there and see that and then tell my lawyers after that. Anyways, I'm just, I'm joking, but I do want to see it. And I want you to make sure you give me another copy too, or I will sick the lawyers on you. Anyway, I'm just joking. At Sam Newsman all over social media is where you're going to find me. At Sam Newsman, that's where you're going to find me. That's on X, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Going to get the Kick thing going on. That seems what the kiddies are all into. Kick. I'm not sure what that is. But we're going to get that all in here pretty soon. Also, download the Live 365 app. I'm going to play some cartoon jams here. Well, some sitcom jams in a moment. But one of the things that I did do earlier this week, I was talking to you about remember I was telling you a few moments ago that the Toy Pick community, I'm wondering when they're going to sit there and accept my collaboration. Toy Mercs already did it. And they said, oh, well, do this to the 16th. So Toy Pick community, accept my collaboration. Listen, I don't give a daggone yeah. I was thinking about Mary Murr. Didn't want to throw a penny in the glass again. Listen, but I don't care of whether or not it's after the fact, and you don't even have to put me on the top 10. I don't care. Just accept the collaboration, and just so that way I can know. Oh, cool. Yes, yeah. This collab, because I was told to do that. If Toy Mercs told me to do it, and I did it, and then all of a sudden Toy Pick community is like, hey, we're just going to sit on our thumbs and not give you accept the collaboration. Why? It's because it's the first family of Marvel. That's what I did. I did it on Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day. But on Valentine's Day, I posted a picture. And when I posted the picture, posted a little bit of a song with it too. So to kind of close out the week before I come back, I'm going to play this song. I'll play a sitcom theme or two, and I'll be back on the other side of this music break. So make sure you're following me at Sam Newsman all over social media, and make sure you're downloading the Live 365 app. Search WDCE. You can listen to the songs that I'm about to play. Sam, did you read the post? I think I read the post. I don't know if I read the post. Did we read the post? I mean, we did read the post. Is there something more to the post? Do you guys know something over there behind the glass that I don't? Because obviously, Toy Mercs knows something that I don't. Maybe I don't. Who knows? I read everything, but sometimes I just kind of gloss over something. So if I miss something, who knows? But still, I just know that it's fantastic that I got to sit there and post an incredible picture. I'm going to have to sit there and brag about it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, we don't have to sit there and talk about it whether or not I was the one behind the camera. I'm the one that posted it. Oh, see, now my producers are getting upset. Whatever. Anyways, at Sam Newsman all over social media. I'm going to be back on the other side. We're going to talk about fanny, fonny, whatever on what we learned today. At Sam Newsman all over social media, setting the standard, raising the bar, the only way a real media puppet knows how to do, here on the only award-winning radio show host dedicated for for a chance to be. For a chance to be. Okay. So it's a dice thing. It's a dice thing. Well, hey, listen, pat you on the back. Oh gosh, congratulations. We decided for a chance, to collaborate. No, what that? You'd still collaborate and not be a winner. Whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that here I am setting the standard, raising the bar, the only way a real media puppet knows how to do. We are all Toy Mercs, and you can save 15% if you use the code SkyDrill at extremesets.com. Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond, you're listening to 90.1 FM. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.